India is a unbroken living civilization for more than 5,000 years. And clearly, even today, as we speak, without our knowing a lot of what was there thousands of years ago, we still imbibe it. For instance, the Sanskrit language, we use it in our rituals and in so many other ways, and it's a base for so many of our languages. We imbibe those concepts. So, soft power of India is huge, it's massive, and the importance is that today in a conflicted world, which is, there's so many conflicts here, violence, the need to bring the world together and to survive this turbulence and the storm which is there, which is fragmenting the world. It is the Indian civilizational value of Vasudev Kutumbakam which offers a solution. So Indian civilization can offer a lot of solutions to today's problems. All this destruction of the environment. Again, we have a respect for environment, we live with the environment. So this basic attribute of Hindu civilization or a Sanatana civilization, which predates Islam, predates Christianity, and even Buddhism, etc. We have this concept of oneness. We have this concept of diversity, and which is all interconnected. So we value diversity, and yet there is a cultural unity. And in this framework, we have developed a lot of knowledge systems. Ayurveda being one, yoga being another, and these language models that we have, various languages, that being another, and the vast philosophical, metaphysical, and scientific literature that we have generated. All this we have forgotten. But all this is perhaps relevant today, relevant in the sense that we can learn a lot from it and adjust it to the modern conditions and apply it to today's problems. So that is where India's soft power lies. And I think the way to go way ahead is that first of all we must realize we are like the Hanuman who have forgotten our civilizational strengths, because under the impact of colonial rule, under the impact of these new technologies which emphasize essentially materialism over spiritualism, information over knowledge or wisdom, we have forgotten that these are the values which link us together. So these values are still relevant. So India has a lot of soft power, and we should use it and apply to modern problems. See, it is not enough to say that we had this, we had that 2,000 years ago, 3,000 years. But how is it relevant today? And the proof is that it has kept India together. It is this culture, it is a civilizational ethos that has kept India together, which has huge diversity. And it is a respect for diversity, but yet a cultural unity. So that is our soft power. And today there are many people in the world who are interested in understanding what is India's soft power, what does India has to say. And this was in this context that Vivekananda talked about India being a Vishwaguru. Basically, what he was trying to say was that India has such a long tradition of thought and culture that it has weathered so many storms, ups and downs, that these could be relevant today, and that's our strength.
So talking about soft powers are also we have seen in past few years the impact of COVID. So in that case, the health issue, how it can impact and how it can also project India's soft power in global stage.
India's soft power during the COVID was evident when we launched the Vaccine Maitri campaign, supplying COVID vaccines to several countries who could not afford it. For most of them, we supplied free of cost, and a few others at very subsidized rate, but mostly free of cost. And this was when we were also ourselves suffering from the pandemic. So that was an outreach which gave us a lot of goodwill across the world. And when we earn goodwill of that kind, then obviously it has a very positive impact on our national security. We have also displayed our soft power in many other ways. Dr. Gupta mentioned yoga, etc. Also remember that when Indians were caught in conflict zones across the world, it was the government which brought them back to safety through various programs. Now it was not just bringing Indians back to safety, but also sending a message across to the world that India cares for its people wherever they are in this world. And if there is a problem that they face, if they are caught in conflict zones, then India will use its diplomatic skills, its goodwill with all these countries to get these people back to safety. Now the most important thing here is that we would not have been able to do all this if we did not have that requisite goodwill with all these countries. If they had not cooperated with us, in many cases we have seen that hostilities were ceased for a few hours till the Indian planes took off and brought these people out of the danger air zones. So soft power also means that we have that goodwill with other countries. So that is one way of demonstrating the soft power and its advantages. Remember one thing, that soft power is really of no use without hard power.
Sure.
So we need to keep that in mind, that soft power is complementary to hard power. If either of them is weak, then the other does not really make that much of an impact.